All right, episode 8 of the Unmastered Podcast. We are back. So, as you guys can see, we have a little guest with us today.
Yes, we
so,
do.
episode 8, this guest right here is a musical artist. He started by making cover songs and now has over 50 original songs across all platforms and even features on songs. Altogether, he accumulated up to 1.6 million in plays and just recently released his first album called What Happened. I've known him for about 3 years and seen his progression as an artist. And fun fact, this is our first time all of us meeting each other in person.
Yep. This is awesome.
And I'm not going to do too much talking here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aidan Skira.
Sound effects.
All right, yeah.
You need to get the
Welcome,
soundboard.
bro. Welcome.
This one was well awaited. We were all hyped for it. We've been DMing, trying to get this to happen. Like I said, it's the first time we're meeting in person. So the first time we're meeting is on a podcast, basically.
In general, bro, like we've been we've been talking about this for a while. And it's very exciting.
So yeah, you could just let the people know what you do, stuff like that, your hobbies, all that.
Basically, I make music, obviously. Like Julian said, like I did a album that dropped a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. And I do like animation stuff. I do like I've done a couple music videos and things like that. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to put Vaughn on the map. You know?
Yeah. Put in Vaughn on the
Yeah,
map.
I actually forgot about that. Not only do you like make the songs, you also, you like you said, you make the covers, you do all that digital stuff, which is so sick. I probably could never do that, but it's dope. It looks cool. And yeah, so how do we want to approach this?
So are you working on any music right now?
So basically, I go to school at Fanshawe College, and it's in London, Ontario, and it's a whole music industry program. Like the program's called MIA, and it's music industry arts, and we've been working on basically production and stuff. And I've been there for the past 6 months, since September, and I just recently moved back. But there's a bunch of studios, and you get time to do all that, and it's But yeah, I've been working on some stuff. But the thing is, I feel like I make more stuff in my room still. We have $1 million studio, and I'm still working in my room. But it's the creativity, man.
Going back to the roots, you know.
Exactly, yo. It's more comfortable. But I don't know. It's a good environment. Everyone's collaborative and cool. But
for sure, yeah.
So what would you say are the differences then, working in a big studio then compared to working at home on your laptop?
To be honest, I feel like it's mainly just the speaker quality. It's just you get there's 5 or 6 different studios that we go to, and the biggest one just being there, the environment's cool. You can bring snacks and stuff. They have an isolation booth and whatever.
That's cool.
But I don't know. In my room, I was recording in my dorm room because I lived on residence, and I don't know. I just like it better. I know it sounds better in the real studio, but you get I can be myself more, you know, and you can say more personal lyrics without people being are you good?
No, there's definitely a different feeling then, rather than, it's probably more collaborative, I guess you'd say, working in a studio with other people. You got the engineer and producers there, right? Rather than you just in your room. It's like me when I do film, right? I love going out and collaborating with 50 people to make something, but then also I love just doing my own stuff just by myself, right?
Bro. That's the whole thing. I don't know. I'm really independent with a lot of stuff. I love collaborating with people, but it's just if I see this vision and someone else is just nah, bro, we're not doing that. I don't know. I'm here for constructive feedback and stuff, but when it starts swaying the complete opposite way, it's bro,
That could be tough because you could see something one way and you want it to be a certain way, sonically, and then you have someone else in the room, and now that adds another variable. They want it a certain way. I think at the end of the day, though, for creatives and for anyone doing something, it should be what's the best for the audience.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, it's hard to put your ego aside, you know, sometimes.
That's the thing, yo. Because even I'm not gonna name drop who it is, but
Okay.
there's a producer or two that I used to work with up there, and they're good friends of mine. But it's they're amazing at what they do, because the thing at this program is everyone does different genres and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm more I guess more hip hop based, but kind of trying to be versatile. But as far as that goes, the producer, when you're in, let's say Julian's a producer, right? And he wants to do a studio session with me, he'll only make me use his beats or whatever, right? And it's if I'm not messing with the beat, I'm not gonna, you guys know how it is. If you go on YouTube and find type beats, sometimes you're there for time, right? but I don't know, like they kind of push the beats on you, and then sometimes they'll try to ghostwrite for you, and it's like sometimes it's cool, but it's like
They're almost manufacturing a placement.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That,
dude,
yeah.
And you haven't really experienced, well, I haven't, and you haven't really experienced like actually being in a real studio either. Like when
No.
we've done all our stuff like
Just home-
just
home
here
studio.
and stuff like that. So like I don't know, do you think you'd like that better, like being on like a
Honestly,
bigger like
like,
panel and stuff? Or-
I've been thinking like, yeah, like that'd be cool. But I feel like you'd have to like be in a very intimate setting.
yeah.
So like
Facts.
maybe like let's say it's just the engineer and you and the producer, like 3 people. But like I don't know if I'd be the kind of guy who'd like want a room full of 20 people in the studio. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like it almost changes the music probably. Like
It does.
it becomes more of a performance and like less of like a almost like open book journal type thing.
Because you're trying to like impress everyone in there, right? Like
Exactly.
like you said, like it becomes like a show kind of,
Yeah.
and then people are having like side convos, and then I don't know, it's too many ideas. Like it's good to have like a solid, like even with the podcast, like it's sick that you guys have like this group or whatever, and it's tight, and you guys are close already.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I got close with the people that are there, but it's like you have to. It's a collaborative thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't be forcing all my ideas on people, and they can't be doing that.
And you got to go through those things anyways, you know, seeing how different people work, and then you find who you like to work with.
Exactly.
Who you collaborate well with.
Exactly.
And then you got to work in relationship with. You always call them up right after, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because like we're good friends, so I feel like it's a lot easier, like just us two together in the studio working on it, and like we both give each other feedback and like help out with things. But like yeah, I'm sure that's probably a lot harder when like I can't imagine going into a studio with like a producer I've never known. He's just like, yeah, these are my
Yeah.
beats, which one you want to hop
Yeah.
on, and then like you said,
Exactly.
like opening up with all these lyrics and stuff and like rapping these things, and like this guy who like never met you just beside you hearing these things, like it'd
It's
be kinda
very
weird.
it's a very vulnerable thing too, bro, because like especially like the type of stuff that I make, like a lot of it's really like beyond personal, like and
Right,
it's a little bit
sure.
kind of like scary sometimes, but it's like it's one thing to make it in my room, then post it, and then it's like, okay, do what you want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm like face to face with someone and I'm like saying like super deep stuff,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, dude, like
Yeah,
I don't
it could
know.
be-
That's
I
why
don't
you
wanna
gotta
tell
really
you this.
trust the person
For
you're
sure,
with.
trust is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like when we're working together, me and Julian, like a lot of the stuff that we're writing or we're trying to work on, like is kind of stuff that like we can only really like relate to in some senses. But like you also want to make it relate to like the masses.
Yeah,
through
exactly.
what you're saying, right? But it, you know, someone's got to be open, because if no one's open, then we just have a bunch of like general stuff that's not relatable.
It's fabricated. It's like mirrors of stuff that's already popular, which is good sometimes because
Yeah.
it's like you need to adapt to the trends and stuff, and that's sick. But I don't know, like I've been in there and it's like, let's make a Lil Baby type song, and then it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm not. The following that I have isn't because people want to hear Lil Baby. They like, you know, like we can be versatile, but
And like what genre do you say like you are with like your type of music you make, or what's your favorite type of music to make?
that's the thing, bro. Like you guys probably know better than me, to be honest. Like
It honestly, it sounds like a little bit of rock in there.
bro, like I try to put everything, bro. Like I feel like it was like melodic, like Juice WRLD X type stuff at first, and then now it's like a lot of the unreleased stuff that I have, like I'm just trying to mix everything, like even like rock, like you're saying, like this one producer friend I have, like we did like a full like electric guitar song at the studio.
That's cool.
And it's like, bro, like it's so different, but I don't know, I don't want to be in a box.
Yeah,
right?
you don't
Like,
want to be stuck in just doing the same thing.
for sure,
Especially as an artist. You want to do all different types of things, right?
Exactly.
So like what kind of music do you listen to then?
See,
Do you listen to all different types of music?
that's the thing. Okay, I feel like that's like the most important thing. Like you should be listening to every type of music.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm recently just getting into that, which is kind of bad because, like, bro, like if I'm gonna be honest, like even like with Drake and stuff, like I didn't listen to him till grade 8. Like, believe that or not, like, bro, like
Neither
I
did
was
we when we were in grade 8.
for real. Yeah. Well, I get but
0
it's
to 100 days.
Yeah, like, but I don't know, man. Like my mom like would not let me listen to like swearing music,
Right.
And it was like, bro, I remember this one time, like I was downstairs and I was listening to Payphone by Maroon 5, right?
Oh.
Bro, the clean version of that is like played on the radio,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like one more stupid love song, I'll be sick or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other one says like one more effing love song, I'll be sick. I was playing it downstairs, I was watching the video, and my mom came down, she's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you need to check out the radio edit, like
my God.
whatever. So I was just like never allowed to listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I missed out on like the real like hip hop type of stuff, right? But yeah, bro, I feel like listening to everything has more came into play now, like the past like year and a half. But I don't know.
Which that's fine. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a bad thing that you're starting to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like of course in the beginning you're gonna listen to one certain type of genre.
Yeah.
You're gonna make that music, you know. And then you expand and then you apply things that you learned in rock music and put it in there, right? Take that little thing. I like that little guitar riff.
Yeah.
That's something that would be cool in a hip hop song or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I sound like I'm a musician, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
You have the right idea though. That's true.
Yeah.
Who would you say are your biggest influences, like just artistically? It doesn't have to be musicians, but like just anyone in general. Who influences you?
That's a good question because it low key changes a lot. Like I feel like constant people, like I like X a lot. Like he's the reason why I started posting like on SoundCloud. Trippy, like I still like to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about like his newest stuff. Like I like the Rage stuff.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
I don't know about your guys' opinions on that, but
good.
like,
It's good.
it is good. It's just like I like his like singing type
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
You like that Dark Knight Doom or whatever.
Bro, that
Yeah,
song's crazy. But yeah, them, Juice, I like The Weeknd. Like The Weeknd especially because he's Canadian, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I feel like Drake and The Weeknd, like those are must have people.
It's cool.
Bro, just like anyone that's doing anything creative. Like I like Cole Bennett a lot because he's just like, bro, like he's the GOAT. Like even the fact we were talking about before the podcast,
awesome.
he did that Justin Bieber
Bieber
video recently, and it's like, bro, like that's so insane. Like
Next level.
No,
for
he's
real.
crazy.
Like
Yeah, especially because he does it all himself, right? Like, and sometimes he says he'll stay up all night doing a music video and he'll get it done in like 6 to 10 hours,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
like,
crazy.
and it's still pretty good.
I don't know how his computer doesn't crash.
Got the M1 chip.
And then he does even he even tried out was he like one of the first persons to like do like a professional iPhone music video too? Like he's been doing
Yeah.
that too as well.
Yeah.
Definitely not the
pretty cool.
first, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
to popularize
it's
it, I
popularized
guess, yeah.
because
Well, he like me.
Yeah.
Whatever. Obviously,
is
like
still cool.
people who can't afford cameras our age do phone music videos for like
Right.
just whatever because he's that high of a class, whatever. It's pretty cool to see. I'm sure it inspires a lot of people too. But yeah, about the whole like environment thing in like studios, like what do you? I mean, like when you're like about to start recording a song, let's say, or something, or you just want to, belt out some stuff. Like, how do you get do you like have to listen to a certain song maybe to get inspiration? Like, how do you get inspiration to think of certain lyrics, or like how do you come up with your flows and stuff like that? All that.
I feel like it's like a lot of it has to do with like you can't go into a studio session just because like you have it booked. Okay, like
Yeah.
for us it was like we had like 24 hours, like you're available to go whenever you want. But I feel like certain people, like obviously outside of school, like you have to book studio times. Let's say you book like a week in advance. Like if you're not feeling it that day, bro, like it's so hard to fabricate stuff. Like I feel like that, like we were talking about earlier with the home studios, like if you're doing it at home, like it's on your own time. And if I just get like creative ideas or like something bad happens to me or something good happens, and it's like, I need to talk about this or else I'm going to freak out. Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's my way of doing that. But like you're saying, like in the actual studios, like, I don't know, like you just have to be feeling it like that day, like I've been in so many times. I probably have like at least like 20 songs on this that I recorded at school, and I would never put out any of them or even touch them again. Cause it's like, it's just people forcing you to have that, like, I don't know if that answered the question, but it's like,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's inspiration is different, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like when I'm making beats and stuff, I'll like hear a specific thing in a song. Like I'll hear like maybe the drums or something, or I'll hear a specific like 808 or something. And I'm like, I need to use that, or
That's
I need to
sick.
do that. Like it depends on like what inspires you, right? Like everyone's different. Some people it just comes from everyday experiences, and they just put it directly into their music, which I think is probably the most pure way of going about it.
Yep.
So that's definitely like really cool that's how you like make your stuff. So because some people, they literally will just hear a song and be like, I want this carbon copy,
yeah,
and that's like probably fucking 80% of people these days.
bro, it's authentic too. Like people like relating to your stuff. Like I might not have the most like streams or followers or whatever, but the people who do follow, like they actually tune into like what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and I prefer
And
that.
that's what you want for sure.
For sure,
100%. You want that rather than just a bunch of like not fake, but like people, you want people to relate to your things.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Because those are the people that are going to stick around and stay listening to your music, right?
Yeah.
And you were talking about, like, I thought it was interesting, like, you're saying about going in the studio and, like, when you have the time booked, right? But it's more of like a feeling, like making music. You'd say it's like more like you have to feel it, and you want to, when you really have these emotions or feelings and you want to get it out there, right? Would you say, like, when you're working, when you are kind of forced to go in, like, say you booked a session and you go in and you're not, like, you don't have really anything, like, do you think that's kind of like, it's still good to be in the studio kind of, and you kind of notice that?
Yeah, I mean, like, for sure, like, if you're, like, when you are forced to do it, it's kind of like you do unlock different aspects of creativity. And if you think about it, it's like, let's say, like, you get signed to a label or something, right? Like, they're gonna book your times, like, you're on a tight schedule, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they can't be like, they have deadlines, right? Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not feeling it, right? So I feel like getting into those situations, as much as I'm, like, talking down about it, it's it does subconsciously, like, make you more creative and just, like, on demand with that stuff. But I don't know, I still feel like you can't really, like, force creativity, but, like, they make machines out of people in labels, right? So it's it's a good skill to adapt. It's just, like, it might not be as enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's interesting how with different, like, constraints or, like, different pressures, it can create, like, a different result in your music. Like, it's interesting, like, when I'm making, like, beats and stuff, like, if I don't have a certain software or something, or certain plugins, or, like, even, like, a certain mic, it can create, like, a certain type of sound. Like, I remember, like, way back when I didn't have anything to make beats, so I literally would, like, just get 2 loops and put them together.
Yeah.
Like a guitar loop and a drum loop, and put it together, and it's still, like, it gave me a certain sound.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, an artist ended up using one of, like, my beats that I made.
It's a beat, bro.
Like, it's a beat's a beat,
yeah.
or, like, an instrumental is an instrumental, but it's cool how, like, certain equipment or certain constraints on the work can, like, give you a different result. Like, you know, like, there's some people who, like, all they can afford or all they can get access to is, like, literally recording albums in their car.
Yeah.
Like, you
bro,
know?
that's actually crazy. Because even with, like, a lot of the TikTok stuff now, like, you'll see, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of, like, BandLab.
Yeah.
It's like, it's basically like GarageBand, but, like, for your phone. And it's, like, a bit more, like, you can mix your vocals better and stuff. But a lot of people, like, even on TikTok, like, they've just been, like, popping off, like, from straight doing that. Wow. And, like, they're like, their headphone mic, right? And it's like, bro, like, if it's that accessible, like you said, like, it might not be the craziest quality, but people like it, you know? Like, it doesn't matter at this point. Like,
I saw this thing, they even had, like, a Genius app where you can make beats on the Genius app. And I saw, like, Kenny Beats on a Twitch stream. He said it's game over for producers. Yeah. Because anyone can literally make a beat that sounds like Ric Flair drip or whatever.
Exactly,
like, you could upload the samples. And it's interesting. Like, I honestly feel like in maybe 10 to 20 years that making music might become a lot more common.
For sure.
It almost will be as common as, like, picking up a basketball and going to play in your local court. Like, because it's just so accessible. I think that's been, like, the biggest problem with music, is that there was a lack of accessibility for creators. Like, before, you had to get signed to a label and have money to go to studios, and if you didn't have that, you couldn't record.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can, you know, we got Logic, you got GarageBand, you could record a full album like you did. Yeah. You probably recorded all
of that was in my room, bro.
So that's like, amazing, honestly. And it sounds like super high quality, dude. Yeah. So it's crazy where it's all going.
Yeah, I know. It's like, we've talked about it before too, like how we used to say, like, the guys back then, like artists from back then, they actually had to, like, oh man, like, they come up with an idea, they have to go to a studio to do it. Like, now we come up with an idea, we're like, just walk a minute down the hallway, set up my laptop.
Maybe there's too many ideas at that point. Yeah. Because I bet you have a phone full of voice memos, so you just hum that shit.
Yeah. Like, I won't play it right now, but I'll show you how many I have.
I think we need to hear one, though.
It's very... Like, I don't know where the camera is, bro.
Pick your best one.
Every single one of these are ideas, bro. And they go back to, like, 2019, bro. Like,
that's dedication.
2016, that one.
Yeah, like, so when do you say, like, you did start, like, making music, like, trying to...
Okay, basically, like, I always, like, have different answers to this, but, like, I started, like, performing music. Like, I used to do covers and stuff, like, at school. Like, that was, like, grade... I was in choir at school in, like, grade 2 and 3 and stuff, but...
That was where your journey started.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a songbird.
Bro, but it was so weird, because people used to make fun of people for being in the choir and stuff, like, because they thought it was, like, some girly thing or something. I was like, bro, like, I like singing. Like, I don't care. Like, so I did that. And then grade 4, we used to have like this like talent show like at my school.
Yeah.
And grade 4, I was like, bro, like I need to perform in front of the school. So me and my friend, we ended up going and we performed on stage. We did shoot, what's that song? Oh my God. Troublemaker by Ollie Murs. And we did that song, and it has like a Flo Rida feature where like he raps, and so my friend did the rap part and I did that. And I was like, the reason I did it with a friend was because I was like, yo, like I don't want to do this by myself. Like I'm scared, right?
For sure.
And it was crazy, bro. We had like backup dancers and stuff. We had we asked all the prettiest girls in our grade, bro, and we were like, yo, can you guys like stand behind us and like just make routine?
Yeah.
So at recess, we were like coordinating it. And my friend, like his name's Ali. He never sang or rapped or anything before, right? And we just did it, and it was sick. And then the next year, I did it by myself because he didn't want to do it again. And I did "Rude" by Magic, and the same girls were in the back, but it was just me and the girls. And then slowly over the years, like it became just me, right? And so I guess that's where it started. But as far as like posting original music, I started a YouTube channel I have a YouTube channel that nobody will ever find, but there's a YouTube channel somewhere of like stuff from when I was like in grade 6 and I was singing. But yeah, like I started a new one in grade 8 and I was like, yo, like I'm just gonna be like a YouTuber. And I really liked Casey Neistat like at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing like filmmaking stuff too. I was like going downtown with my iPhone just like recording. But yeah, I started it for that and singing, and I did covers, and I did a cover of Shape of You by Ed Sheeran like a week after it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't know the lyrics at all. Like I didn't know the flow. And I got the same microphone that you have right there, and I got it with my dad from Best Buy. And then I came home and I just kept on posting covers. And then I did an original song, and like people were like making fun of me at school, like, and I didn't like realize until grade 9, but like a lot of people were fake about it, and I was like, shoot, bro. But like it inspired me more to do like other stuff. So grade 9, I really got into X's music and like that whole SoundCloud wave, because that was like 2018, right? Like a lot of that stuff was popping, right? And I started posting on SoundCloud, and then I was only doing covers on SoundCloud. I did maybe 6 or 7, and like since like some are archived.
Yeah.
And then I did one of X's song, A Remedy for a Broken Heart. It's trash. Don't listen to it. If you haven't heard it, don't listen to it. But it got 1 million streams in like a year, which was like crazy for me, because I was like getting like 100 plays per thing, right?
Yeah.
And people at my school like thought I was botting like the views and stuff, and I didn't know how to do that, bro. Like I was just just making stuff, and it got so many views, and then it got more because X died, right? And basically there were 3 covers on SoundCloud, like in general, of that song, and X didn't post his version until after he died. Right? So like we were getting all the views because there was no other version, right? And so yeah, it just like got hella views, and I was like excited about it. But then I swerved into my own like original stuff.
For sure, yeah.
And yeah.
Now you're here, yeah.
Yeah.
How did it feel to like pass the 1 mil mark?
Bro, it felt like passing 50 plays. Like, bro, because literally, okay, like I'm not understating how many things it is at all, but like you'd think that it's okay. No, I downplayed it so much, but like it was cool to see that, but I appreciated it as much as the 50 plays. Like I feel like 50 plays is even more, because it's like I knew all of these people that were listening individually. When it gets to even like 10,000, bro, like you're like, who are these people, whatever, like, and it means a lot to see that number. That's why I've kept it up, and I've never changed it or anything. But it's just cool having like, I don't know, like I feel like the numbers aren't everything, but it is for sure like something that you can show people and be like, this is crazy. But I value like the individual people who are listening more than like the numbers, you know? Like,
for sure.
Yeah, that's respectable for sure. A lot of people, it's the other way around. It's they value the numbers. It's literally all about the numbers, and their whole artistry is defined by numbers.
Exactly.
It's like if I don't got numbers, then I'm not a good artist, or you know what I mean? But sometimes it's like, who have you connected with? Whose lives have you impacted?
Yeah.
That's the main thing, bro. It's like people will like text me like, and it's like it's so funny because you see all these like Toronto like hood guys or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't show emotion and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
acting all hard. And then they'll be like, "Yo, Crow, this song hit my heart, bro." And they're like telling me about how like very like sad personal songs are like affecting their life, and I'm like,
sure.
you just see like a different side of people. You're like,
Yeah.
no way you relate to this. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know, that type of stuff like that matters more to me than like having hella views. It's just like the personal connection is sick, and it's like those people are loyal to your stuff, right? Like,
For sure.
Yeah, that's sick.
All right. Well, I think we got to go to ad break because
sir.
we're running out of time, but
Yeah.
we're going to continue
We're
talking
gonna continue
about
after
this.
this.
what's up? My name's Aidan Skira. I make music, and check out my Instagram at Aidan Skira. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming this summer, a lot of hype stuff, and stay tuned.
All right, so we are back. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on that point. Like, yeah, I think that's one of the best things about what we do is the impact and what we make on people. Obviously, we want it to be a positive one. That's why we try to make these episodes like to people can learn from it and you know, use some of the tips into their own lives and stuff like that. And I think that's pretty dope what you're saying, how like people like say to you like, dude, this song literally's like touched me and stuff. And like that's what I found dope about making YouTube videos too, is like people saying, yo, that video was so funny, it made me laugh, it entertained me. Like that's like the best part about it, is just making impacts on people. Like I'm sure you see
And
that
going
with
back to the
all that stuff.
relating, like that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right? You're putting something out there that is truthful to you, right? There's gonna be someone out there that's gonna relate to it, and send you a message and be like, "Thank you for making this," or whatever. They just liked it, they enjoyed it, they resonate with it, and that is way more, I guess, impactful, like you're saying, than just the numbers. And it is interesting too, because it'll be from people too who you don't expect, like you're saying, you know, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
No,
That you know,
Especially when it's somebody who like we've seen it too, like you say, like somebody even with the podcast, like there's guys you've like seen, Nick, that like you haven't talked to in a while, and they come up to you like, yo, I saw your podcast, it's dope. That's like feels so cool, because it's like, yeah, okay, your best friend might tell you like, yeah, the podcast is good, or maybe sometimes
or
they
your
won't even
best
say
friend
shit.
doesn't even say anything.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Sometimes
Bro,
the closest
you know what I
people
mean?
you
That
don't
happens
say
all the
anything.
time.
Yeah,
The closest
But how do you
people.
deal with that? Like,
yeah.
because I know it's hard, man. Like you're trying to push your music and people aren't either posting it, and that's interesting.
Oh yeah, you retweeted that, or you reposted that thing.
Rolling
right?
Loud.
Yeah, bro. By the way, also I was gonna say my dad watched your guys' podcast the other day.
Oh, thanks,
bro. He
Aidan's
was
dad.
like, he
He's
told
the
me
biggest supporter.
because I mentioned it to him, and he's like, yeah, I've been like tuning into their stuff because you got Instagram recently.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
Cool.
like, yeah, like I've been like watching some of their reels and stuff. Like they have good conversations.
That's
Like,
sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And
cool,
now
dude.
he's probably gonna watch this.
bro,
all.
for sure.
he's
Shout out to my dad. Like,
Yeah, thank you for watching.
but shoot, my bad. What were you saying?
Like,
About the friends
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I love my friends. Like I keep my circle like very like small. Like I don't like chilling with like big groups of people. I've never been like, I feel like that whole group, like you get drowned out and stuff.
yeah,
But some of my friends, I feel like it gets to a point, like I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but like people are so close with you that they think they don't have to support, because they're like, oh, well, you already know I mess with you, bro. Like you already know,
Yeah.
you know. But it's like, dude, like if you, I don't know, man. It's like every little repost, especially from people who, like, I don't know if you guys have gotten that, like if you send out a link or something and it's like, I don't usually post on my story, my bad, bro, but
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
it up.
Right.
It's like, dude, if you don't post on your story and you're posting a little thing, everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, this person posted on their story. What? Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they tune in. It's like, I don't know. I won't guilt anyone into doing it, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just, you're being a good friend, you know?
yeah.
I think it takes a little bit of time for some of your friends to understand it, though.
You're right.
Like
You're right.
I've realized that, like there's one of our friends, he like kind of like he was always supportive, right? But he never really like understood that like you need to get eyes in front of your
Right,
stuff. Like
right.
he thought it was just like us doing it for fun
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Which we are, you know, but it's also like to get views and to get like some sort of engagement with a community.
Exposure.
Yeah, exposure. So then after like he kind of like started to understand it as I've like been talking to him more and more, and he really is like so on board now, and he'll post everything we do on his
That's sick.
story.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I think it takes time for people to get there.
For
You have to
sure.
cultivate a fan base and a community. Like let alone like if your friends, it's gonna be difficult for them to post stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be hard to build a community too. But I think once you build it, you have like a really like strong foundation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of, you know what I mean? Not everyone's a creative person.
Yeah.
Not everyone's trying to do something that they're going to post it on their story.
Exactly.
And one also, maybe they don't understand that aspect. But also, everyone's on social media. You know what it's there for. You can post. Like, come on.
Exactly.
For real,
But,
bro.
you know,
Help your upcoming artists repost whatever they do. This is a
Exactly.
public service announcement. Repost your
Everything.
your artist
your
friends'
local
work.
artists, your
Because it
freaking-
actually does help.
Yeah.
Like,
It does.
It does,
Good.
bro.
and
a
it's
long
and it's
way.
cool to see like a little bit too. You know, like, oh, this guy, you know, I've known him for so long. He's posting something
Yeah.
of mine. That's cool. You know.
Bro, it's just
Oh,
respect.
and then
like,
I'll do his, right?
Yeah.
People that I know like in film, right? They want to fund their films
Yeah.
every once in a while, right? And they put a GoFundMe page. I'll donate a little bit because I know I'd want that back as well
yeah.
when I plan to do that, right? So it's all about just respect.
Bro, because even like the thing, I saw a meme like the other day and it was about like it's about like OnlyFans girls, and it was like OnlyFans girls only understand SoundCloud rap struggle like when they start an OnlyFans, and they're trying to send out their link, and they're like, why is no one wanting to see my ass? Like it's like, bro, like in all honesty, it's like bro, like you understand now, like you have to send out links, you have to
Right.
network
It took
yourself.
them to make an OnlyFans.
For real, yeah, that's what it is. This is 2022, man. It's like, bro, it's
It's a
crazy.
cold world.
But it's like, yeah, like just like little examples like that. Like even like, it sounds like I'm being sexist or like against women. It's nothing against girls, but it's like for what's it called? Like there's these like this girl that I know that does like a nail business,
Right.
and I won't mention her name, but she hasn't talked to me in a long time, and like I send out my music, whatever, and all I get is a text from her like on iMessage. I'm like, no way, like we haven't talked in time, we drifted, whatever.
Right.
And it's about like this nail business, and I'm like, that's sick. Like, how can I'm not a guy, but I am a guy, but I'm not a girl, but how can I support this? Because like personally, I wouldn't do my nails, right? So I'm like, maybe,
Right, for sure.
and I put her on to some clients that are girls, right? But it's like then I've sent out my album to the same girl, and I get left unread, and it's like, bro, like, just like, because I feel like we kind of like boxed it into like this creative thing, but it's also like just anyone that's doing anything different, bro.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's cool, bro. It's like people don't they don't appreciate it until you're getting the numbers. Like you were saying
Yeah.
earlier, like numbers definitely do give you more like reputable sources or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's just it's very
Yeah, but with people you're close with, that shouldn't be the thing. I'd understand if it's like a bigger company.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're looking for people who have thousands of followers to like talk about them.
Exactly.
But when it's someone, you know, local, your friend, you know, I don't know. It's a thing like they don't want to see you. It might
don't
be
wanna
this.
see
It
you
might be this.
winning.
It might be that, but it's also like a fear of like this person is doing better than me in my hometown.
You're right.
And I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah. There's
It's
a lot of
little bit
envy,
that.
for
Bro,
sure.
I was talking to my mom about that this morning, bro, because I just got tickets to Rolling Loud like this morning, right?
Oh, me too, man. Me too.
Bro, we should link up for sure.
For
But
sure.
it's like, bro, like I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, I love the idea that it's gonna be happening in Canada. Like I've always dreamed of going there. Like,
Yes.
especially with X being one of like my main influences, bro. Like
Right.
him and Ski like carried that event for like years,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, I'm so excited. But I also told her, I was like, the only thing about Toronto, we're so like diverse, and it's a sick, like it's an amazing city, right? But the only thing is, I feel like people won't appreciate the up and coming artists that are at Rolling Loud because they're all there to see Lil TJ, or they're all there to see
Bigger,
Yeah.
Uzi or whoever, right? And it's like when so and so who's not as popular is on the stage, they're all gonna go get drinks. They're all
Like
they don't care.
Dom Vallie.
Dom Vallie,
Yo,
bro.
he commented on one of our videos. Shout out
That's
Dom
sick.
Vallie. We love to have
That's
you on
sick.
here, dude.
For
But yeah,
sure,
we're gonna
bro.
check you out for sure because he's honestly makes amazing music.
Bro, I met him at Aidan's show because I went to 347Aidan. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like
Oh yeah, I like him.
he
He's
has
good.
like Demons and Monsters and Dancing in My Room, like
Yeah, that
those
was
types of
big on
songs.
TikTok.
Yeah. But me and him were supposed to make a song in 2019, and this was like one of my friends knew him or whatever in person, and she's like, yo, like you should collab with him. I think he had like 2,700 followers, and that's like near what I have right now, right? And this was, like I said, like 2019, and I hit him up. I'm like, yo, like my friend told me about you. Let's do something. He said, for sure. And he sent me a snippet, and like I wasn't messing with it, right?
Yeah.
And I have no regrets about this story. Like, it's amazing what he's doing. Like, I went to his show. It's so sick, and it's really good for Toronto and like everyone, right? But the snippet he sent me, I didn't really like it, to be honest, right? And I was like, okay, I'll send you an open verse, and then we'll talk about it later. Then we never talked about it later, right? So it's like people were talking about that because I brought that up to some of my friends, and they're like, yo, like, do you regret that? Like, whatever, like that kind of sucks now, like he's up or whatever. I don't regret it at all, bro. It's like, I'm so happy for him. Like, it's sick. And it's like, if it was meant to happen, I would have done it, you know?
Yeah.
But I think you would have regretted more if you made a song that you weren't fully happy with.
For sure.
And then, you know, just to get it made, you know,
exactly.
with him.
And the reason I bring him up is because we were at his concert. This was maybe like 3-4 months ago. And Dom Vallie was there, and one of my friend Sam, shout out Sam, he's also an artist and producer, and he knows Dom Vallie because they were like friends, like, well, not like online friends, like for a couple years.
Right.
And he was part of one of the first group chats that were like trying to blow him up type thing, like they were putting people on.
Yeah.
And we went to the show, and he met up with him, and I knew like a few songs, but I didn't know him very well. And then we went over, and I'm like, oh shit, like he's right there, like let's go say hi. And so we talked for maybe like 15 minutes. Like we had a full convo. He's a really great guy. He came with his girlfriend. And yeah, bro, like then we just took pictures after, and we talked to Aidan about the thing. I showed him the DMs or whatever from time ago. He's like, bro, that's so sick. Like, and it's just cool, bro. Like that type of stuff. Like, and you could tell in that audience in particular, like this is what I'm worried about with Rolling Loud. Like in that audience, everyone that came there either had like some connection to him, or they just support like local talent, right? Yeah. And it's such a better environment, bro. Like I feel like let's hope that Rolling Loud is like that. Yeah. But I'm just scared that it's gonna be a bunch of people there just to get like drunk and on drugs and stuff, and they don't care about the talent, you know?
Well, you know what? With TikTok and stuff, you never know. Because I know a guy like Dom, right? Like he has a big following, or he's gaining a big following, all from TikTok. You know, I think it's around 500,000 followers or so. Like he might get a big turnout versus like some people who maybe aren't on TikTok, but they have that cult following with their friends and family and stuff like that. But he has that TikTok that maybe will give him those added fans. So like when he does that show, people are actually going to want to tune in. Yeah. That's the power of TikTok, right? Like with social media, a guy like you could make a couple TikToks and you'd be at like a certain amount of followers. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're on the next Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud, bro. Like even with Aidan, like I low-key thought that he was going to be on it because he's part of the Lyrical Lemonade Festival that's coming up this summer. Hella festivals, he was posting them. And I'm like, bro, like you're on like flyers with like Trippie Redd and like Future. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Like, and yeah, bro, TikTok is just like, it's the way to go. Like, I don't know.
And you're good on there too.
You remember that song, right?
What song?
The 347.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
him, that one like.
Yeah, he's got a song with Kenny Beats too, right?
We were talking before, like you're killing, like you got like the ideal like TikTok thing kind of going on. If you would say social media presence, I guess.
Social media
presence. Like we're constantly like, we know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Skira,
like, we always know what you're doing, man. Like,
and that's like the ideal thing that you want. Yeah. Like you know, every day you want to be, oh, he posted another story. Yeah. Let's check it out.
You become everyone's friend at that point.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like we know like a lot of things you've been up to or whatever, and we've never actually met, and that's like so cool because we have social media that like allows us to see that.
That's what I'm saying. Even with you guys, bro. Like that's why like even when I came here, I was like, this won't even be awkward, bro. Like because I feel like I know you guys very well. Like even my friend Alexander Pannetta, I did a music video with him. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, that video that we filmed was the first time we met.
Really?
Or sorry, second time. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But the first time it was like he pulled up to my house and we never met each other.
Right.
We did like a live stream thing. And
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like, it wasn't awkward at all. And then the video shoot, same thing, like we picked up where we left off. Like, I don't know, man. You get to know these
And that
people.
video is really good. I
love that video. That's
We
really
watched
high
it
quality.
literally like when we asked you to come on the podcast, and we remembered
to do the
Alexander.
research.
Watched it.
We rewatched
Yeah.
it. We were like,
Thank you.
that was
Go
dope.
check that
It
video.
is cool. The
out.
effects, everything. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Roy for filming that.
Yeah, and we were
Fire,
talking about it
fire.
before the podcast, but yeah, Alexander might be coming on this, and again, he just won the Golden Buzzer for Canada's Got
Yeah,
Talent,
Crazy.
he did.
which is so sick with his dance crew. So
Shout out
that's a
Alexander.
huge achievement. So if you're watching this, good job to you, man. That's awesome.
Congrats.
And I hope more success to you, and hopefully you can win the finals. That'd be
Crazy
really sick.
shout outs to him, bro. Because he kept that a secret from me. Like, because they film, I'll give you guys the insight on Canada's Got Talent, or Canada's Got Talent. But we, like, they filmed it, like, I believe, like 2 or 3 months ago. Like, that episode, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I never asked him, or I asked about him, like, going once. He's like, yeah, like, I auditioned, whatever. And he played it off like it was nothing. And then
yeah.
Oh my
he's
God.
like, tune into whatever channel it's on, or like YouTube or
Wow.
whatever. And then I check on YouTube. He's in the thumbnail of the video, like dapping up Howie Mandel. I'm like,
Yo,
bro,
what?
like, are
I
you
saw that
serious?
picture, yeah.
Like, I feel like that'd be so like crazy. Like you know you're going to the finals, and all your friends ask you like, "Oh, what happened?" Like, and you're just
Bro.
trying to say like, "Oh, like just go watch it."
How
Yeah,
do
you have
you
to wait.
keep that
How do you,
a
like, how do you
secret?
not,
Bro,
like,
but-
say
But
that?
that's a lot of people in life, man. They have
Yeah.
something that's going for them and they don't say anything. So that's why you got to be
Okay.
nice to whoever you talk to, because you never know what's up someone's sleeve. You never know who they have a connection with, what they got coming out next. Because you might have a song coming out with freaking Trippie Redd and we have no idea. You know what I mean? Like,
Next day, he
You know what I
watches.
mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, after the
Come
podcast.
on.
Right? Like, and a lot of people, like, they say, what the hell's the point of this podcast, all this stuff? But like, I just say, just wait and see. Because
Yeah.
there's so many people that we have lined up.
Yeah,
And it's going to be
exactly.
honestly a really cool thing for our community.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really cool. But you never know who's going to be working with who.
You
Right? So you
never
got to
know.
always be
You
respectful to
never
people.
know.
I think that's
And that brings us to another ad break here.
No.
And
No,
we'll
we got
get
like
back into
We got
that.
like 10 minutes.
we got
still.
10
Are you
minutes.
sure?
Dude.
Yeah, we're
10
good.
minutes?
Yeah.
But my thing's at 42 counter.
Yeah, it is.
42 minutes.
You stopped it at 30 though, so now 42
Hell
is
nah,
only 15 minutes.
27.
No, Drew.
Okay, fine.
still
What
got
does it
10
say?
minutes,
You
I
sure?
know.
I want to make
Let's
sure.
see, wait, let me
I wanna
compare the-
make sure.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
But yeah,
I might have skipped a couple minutes. Sorry.
Another 10 minutes.
but yeah, like, I have so much respect for Alex, bro, because like, bro, he, like, I don't know how much research you guys have done on him, but bro, he like danced on tour with Justin Bieber. Like,
Wow.
bro, he's crazy. Like, he was on,
Insane.
he was in a Beyonce music video where they did like this, like,
Wow.
bro, like they did like
the
this
hell?
compilation of like these dance like challenges or whatever.
Right.
And he was in that, and bro, like, it's just like he doesn't bring this stuff up. And I was like, dude, like, I have so much respect for him because I would not be able to shut my mouth about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I'm Aidan, I danced with Justin Bieber. Nice to meet you. Like, you know, like,
You gotta be humble.
That's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
bro, he used to be a mini pop kid.
That's what I
Like,
was thinking. Like, I
crazy.
saw that.
Bro,
yeah.
my sister has like, you know how they sell like those CDs at
Yeah,
Walmart
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Kids Bob. No.
She has like the mini pop kid like
He's on it.
thing. He's on it.
Okay.
bro.
my god.
He's his picture. Like, that's been in my
hilarious.
house since
Right.
she was in grade 6.
We need to talk to him about that. What he
You-
knows about.
bro,
That
it-
is crazy.
He probably has so many stories
For
bro.
sure.
See, that's why you never
cool.
know, like, what people.
Yeah, I didn't know
have
any of
done.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
He's so humble, bro. Like, I'd like to say that I'm humble, but I would be bringing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Honestly, yeah, like
Yeah, and I don't know. It can go both. It goes two ways with that, bringing stuff up like that. You can come off cocky, or, you know, you can be proud of what you've done. And you should be able to highlight that without coming off as like, oh my God, I got to listen to this guy talk about this again. No, like, it's, how else are you supposed to network with people and like, they know what you've been up to and what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know what I've been doing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
sure, it's going to come off sometimes like, oh yeah, I've done this.
Yeah.
Like, but if you can find some way to make it come natural out in a conversation, you know, you're both talking about what you've been doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's probably the best way.
It's reputation too, bro. It's like that type of stuff gets like put on your imaginary resume. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, like you're building up connections and stuff. And like you said, like it's sick to have like people lined up and have announcements and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like that type of stuff. Like, I feel like you should be able to say that because you need people to give you some sort of not validation, but like respect. to a certain extent, because they don't care until you're working with so and so.
Exactly.
You know,
Sometimes you got to talk your shit. Sometimes you got to talk your shit because no one else is gonna talk it for you.
exactly.
Did you knew Alexander before? Like, how'd you reach out to him to say like, hey, I want to do a song with you?
My ex-girlfriend, the cool one. There's one that's not cool.
Shout out to her.
Shout out the cool one. But she's a dancer actually, and she sings too. And she, I think she put me on to him like maybe like a year and a half ago, like 2 years ago. And we just always talked on Snapchat and stuff. And he didn't do music like that. Like he just he dropped an EP. I think last year.
So does he do music like normally and dancing?
Dancing is like his main thing. Like he started doing music like I don't know what date it was, but like his main thing is that he doesn't have that much time for music because he does so much dance.
Yeah.
But he asked me to do the song actually, which like I thought was crazy because
Okay, cool.
to me I'm like, yo, like you have 50K on Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm checking his highlights and I'm seeing all this stuff and he's like,
awesome.
bro, like you inspire me with this stuff. Like I want to do more music. And I don't know, bro. It's cool because I can't dance at all, but like I look up to him with that stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I was watching some of his stuff. I was like, that's actually dope. Like
It's
how he, like
crazy.
he's like legit. Like he's like really good at it.
Well, it's cool how like your friends who do different things can influence you. Like we had Aurelio on last time, and like it already has gotten me like to want to start doing like weightlifting and stuff.
I saw the clips of that.
And I was like, shit, dude, like this guy's doing this. And like it really inspires you because you see this person right across from you doing exactly what you could do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I'm not really the best singer or whatever, but I could sing maybe.
Bro,
one
like,
day.
what's
Like, you
stopping
never
you?
know.
That's the
You'll see.
thing.
We have an unreleased song, me and Julie.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, like it's very inspiring. Like when you see people and you're exposed.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the key word.
Yeah.
Exposure is like now you feel like, oh, if they can do it, so can I, right?
Yeah, why not?
And it's almost like when you go in like a fancy car, like you can go into like a Ferrari, and
Right.
now you're exposed to it,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit, like this is a real thing. This is tangible. I can feel it. It's actually something that I can achieve. But if you never like see or feel a Ferrari, maybe you think it's like some sort of myth or some sort of figment of your imagination that only like the richest people can get or something. But it's the same thing with people. You know, you spend time with great people, you do great things.
Yeah, if they're doing great things, you will do great things.
Well, I think that's been our relationship for the majority of our lives.
I think it's very cool, like too, like you said, right, where you have people. He has 50K, and he reached out to you and talked about how you inspire him.
Yeah.
That's very cool, and it's very when you get to talking to people and you see what they're up to, and that's like if you're like at a point where you're thinking, oh, I'm not doing enough, and you see that guy's doing, you think we're always comparing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you're comparing, let's say, like if Nick, you're doing something and like I wish I could be doing that, you know, or as good or as fast, and you're comparing. But then maybe you see something in me that inspires you, and you're like, I wish I could do that. It's always back and forth, and it's good inspiration to get like that. I think, you know.
I feel like you have to attack it with an inspirational like approach too, because that like sometimes it's just envy, and then they do nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's like people were like, I know so many people that were hating, like even on like 347Aidan, and I brought up to them like the whole story I was telling you guys, and they're like, yeah, bro, like I don't fuck with him, like he's like, I don't know, like he's so and so, like I feel like his stuff isn't as good as mine, blah blah blah.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, like everyone has their own opinions, obviously, especially with music, it's very subjective.
For sure.
But dude, like see that and be like, oh my god, someone from my city did this. Why can't I do that? Not like he sucks. I like you're just jealous at that point, right? Like I don't know. You just gotta.
Yeah, and I think a lot of creative stuff brings like people together, especially because like I said, we've talked on the internet for 3 years. This podcast is literally what's making us like whatever talk to each other for the first time and hang out, which is really sick. And that's why like we're gonna meet people that we've never even talked before too. Like next coming podcast and with Aurelio, like I said, like I literally went to school with this guy. I had maybe one conversation with him, and then now he's doing bodybuilding, something that's more crazy. Like he's got a passion for. We invited him on the podcast. I talked to him, so like that's why like these things are cool, how they can like bring like friendships together and like connections and all that stuff. It's really important.
Well, it's all about people at the end of the day. Like regardless of what we do, like it's really all about like the connections you make with people, and not just like connections to get money or something, but like the connections you do like just for friendship.
Yep.
You know, like the memories you make with people, the places you go, and all these things.
Sure.
It's all part of life, right?
Yeah.
And like I think that's like the very like rich part of like creating. It's not really like the money or like the numbers you get, but I think it's the people you interact with.
It goes beyond like the creativity thing. Like it's like us, for example, like we're friends. Like, you know, like it's not just like, oh, like they have a podcast, let me just go here and then cut. Like we talk actively. It's like I have so many friends, especially like in the US and stuff, like because we like the reason I know most of my music friends and stuff is we had this this group chat, like I think it was in 2019, and it was called Forever Records, and it was like this like collective of people, like some from here, some from like the US, and I was just put in it, and it was called and then there was one guy who was like trying to be like the leader of it kind of, and he had like the least streams out of all of us, which like it's not about numbers, we were just talking about that, but realistically he had the least influential like fan base, I guess. And this was still when I was getting like 200 views like per song. Like it wasn't anything crazy for anyone, but it was like, I don't know, like like out of the whole group chat, statistically, like I had the most streams, which like still wasn't that much, but it was like, you know, and we ended up getting into a conflict because the main guy who like made the chat, he was like, yo, like some of you guys just aren't participating on the chat, like screw this, I'm gonna do my own thing. And people were getting mad that he was the person that was mad about it because they were like, he's kind of joking about stuff. Like, I'm not going to call him out by name, but his rap name was like really corny. Like, it was literally like, it was a butt joke. Like, it was about like, I don't want to like name drop him, but it was a joke. Like, and I was like, bro, like, that's not even like, I don't know. It was just so corny. And I was like, nobody's going to take us serious if that's your name. And it caused us to split off groups, and then I think 2 people from the group chat of like 20 went with him, and they made a new record label called On Top Records, and all the rest of the people, like one guy DM'd me and he's like, yo, like we're making this new group chat, like screw those guys, like they're just negative, let's do this. And then we did that, and almost all of my music friends from the US and stuff like are from there, and like I FaceTime them actively, like we're planning on meeting up, and it's cool, bro. Like,
oh yeah, the power of the internet.
When I look at her, she's long gone, long gone. Wondering where she went, oh God, oh God. I've been trying to find out where the stuff went wrong. I've been in my conscience for too long. She told me just to sleep, forget it, it's pathetic. I beg to differ, I'm scared for you. In this life it's hectic, I'm protected. If she needs me, I'ma care for her.
Easy, look at this shirt. This shirt's beautiful right now.
yes, sir. Right here on the 6 side. The actual 6 side?
Yeah.
6.
Alright, I'm gonna film some
When I look at her, she's
Perfect. All right.
Okay, so what would you say is your... What would you say
is your...
I don't know what I was going to say there.
All right. What would you say is your
What would you say is like the best thing that's happening in the music industry right now, and the worst thing that's happening?
I know I was like hyping up like the TikTok rap stuff earlier.
Right.
I feel like it's I feel like that's one of the better things low key, like you were saying, like the accessibility to being able to make music. But I feel like it's also the worst thing. Like I feel like that has like 2 different sides, because like you were saying about the accessibility to make stuff, like even with like the BandLab stuff, like it's cool that everyone can do it, but it's also like the competition is crazy, and it like becomes a competition, right? Like I don't know. I feel like that might be the best and worst thing, to be honest. Like
At the same time.
yeah. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's definitely, it's oversaturated for sure. But also
Double-edged.
it's the easiest to
But
get big, but it's
Yeah.
weird.
You'd hope that if you're good and you're talented, that you can shine through everyone else.
But also, I think a rising tide lifts all boats.
The
That
rising
kind of
tide.
makes sense. So like,
The rising tide.
speaking of this,
Elaborate on
rising
this.
tide.
That's a crazy.
No, so like that's like so TikTok is the rising tide.
Okay.
So like it's a good thing that's come in, and it lifts all boats. So there may be more like competition and stuff, but there's more opportunity.
If you utilize it right,
Like because I heard this is like there's the most like people with a hundred like not 100 million, but 1 million listeners per month, and like the history of Spotify last year,
sure.
right? And like the numbers are going off, and like people are actually making a lot of money. Like there was the most people making like $10,000 off just Spotify streams in the history of their existence. So it's good. Like there's definitely a lot more people, but it's also like the more people like allow for more money to be made too. Like if it's kind of a weird situation.
It's like
how it
everybody's eating type thing.
works. Yeah, everyone's eating.
Because the thing with that as well though, like you were, like like how we were talking about like 1 million streams or whatever. Like, yeah, like I feel like before, even though like I don't care about the numbers too much, like before it was cool to be like, oh, like I have 1 million of something. That's something that not that many people have, right? Yeah. No matter what it is, right? And it's like now that there is so much of that, it's a bit like, okay, well, you need 10 million on this, or you need a collab with so and so, and it's like that's kind of like the other side of it. It's like it kind of discredits like some of the other stuff that other people in the creative space have done, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of contributes to the numbers too.
Yeah,
you know.
And think about it too. Like, now our highest viewed video on our TikTok is 300,000. We were like first eager to get 50,000. Now like we broke the 300,000 mark. It's like when we get like 100,000, it's like almost like, oh, that's just another video.
Real?
So
Really?
like, and I feel like TikTok it like did that. Like now like there's just regular people who just do dances, go to high school with like 100,000 followers, and it's like, oh, like okay, like cool. Now it's like, oh, you have 100,000 followers. Because now everybody on TikTok almost has like 100,000 followers, whatever. Like a lot of people do. But back then, or like that's why I feel like YouTube is still a little bit more special. Like when you get 100,000 subscribers or something, it's like, whoa, like that's dope. Because you were saying like, we have to like when we hit our first 1 million views on TikTok, we feel like we want to like maybe like celebrate or something, because that's like a cool achievement, right? But like a lot of people are hitting that, and a lot of people have hit that. So like it's like almost like, does that feel as good anymore?
I think it's still good. I think it still is good, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, how many amount of followers you get, I think it's still good. Like it's still a platform, and like no matter whether it's easy to get or not, like you still put in the work to get there. Okay, if you didn't post any videos, you were not gonna get there at all. No matter if it takes 1 or 50 or 100,000 videos that you need to post to get to 1 million, whatever, let's say, you still got there some way. And I think that's still like a good thing. But what comes from that is because TikTok is this algorithm where it's a little bit easier, right? It goes to random people and it pushes out there. I think the best thing that you have to do is obviously you can hope that you can take those people from that platform and go to your other ones, right? And expand those platforms and expand the community. And that's the most important thing that you have to try to do with this platform now. Yeah. Until it becomes like Instagram, where nobody is going to see your stuff. So you have to try to get your platform now on TikTok, and then little by little push them to go to your YouTube, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, if you want, your Facebook, everywhere, right? Yeah. Because those things are still going on. Like people still watch YouTube videos, right? People still, and if you want to start YouTube, the thing you have to do now is really you got to be on TikTok first, or you have to like put your content that's YouTube on there, and people will go there. Like that's really what it is for.
It's the
right
Gary
now.
V content model.
Content. And then, a lot of people talk about too. Like I don't know who said it. They said something like, in like a couple years from now or whatever, everybody's just like a celebrity won't be a thing. Everybody's just a celebrity because now so many people are becoming popular now and stuff.
That's what I'm talking about with the oversaturation thing, because it's like I feel like because it's so accessible now, like bro, I swear Drake had like this one lyric and it was like, I've been doing this since I got my check like in a fax machine or something, and he's like, that shows you how long I've been doing this or whatever. It sounded hard, but I'm not saying it right. But like even with that, it's like, bro, like they put in hella work because they didn't have like the social media stuff that we had, but it's like there was also less competition as well, right?
Yes.
Not discrediting Drake at all.
For sure.
But like I feel like now it's like you really got to be different. Like
that's why you gotta have guys like Yeet who have like a crazy voice and delivery, right?
And image for sure. I feel
sorry about that, but like, like that.
You got to be different. But like I think it's still been like that. It's just now we're seeing it even more.
Yeah.
Like for sure it's been like that. There's so much competition. It's just Yeah.
Like
It's-
think about
you're
it.
seeing it now for sure with TikTok and everything.
What do you have to think about?
Like if we started this podcast 10 years ago, like it would be hard to like start and like try to build a fan base. Now we're already seeing it, dude. We're on like the algorithm is like liking us. It's pushing out our stuff, which is crazy and stuff like that. Like that's why like back then it was probably like a little bit like, yeah, it was harder for these guys to like really show their work to a lot of people. Like you said, like Drake probably had to go and like you see it when you go downtown, there's guys handing out their CDs and stuff to like say, oh, listen to my song, or oh, I'm performing here, come watch and stuff. Now we're sitting here at our house. We own all this stuff from this camera and stuff. We're putting it on the platform for free, and you know we can be monetized with this and make it our job.
Well,
which
not
is
for
crazy.
free.
Yeah, I guess because you have to. But no, if you just
This
have a
costs
phone.
money. This costs money.
Everything
that
costs money.
Everything costs money, and that's something that we're starting to feel. Is that like we know we could take it to the moon or whatever, but like the bank account says otherwise.
Yeah,
You know, like. But then there's also something to be said about people who just do things without spending all the money.
Yep.
You know, like these mics are $80
Yeah.
or whatever, right? There's a lot of people who have like those Shure mics, they're like 500 a piece, right? But I think that's the same thing with music. Like you probably recorded so many songs on like a Blue Snowball.
Yeah.
Bro, and the thing is, like, I prefer, like, not most of it, but like some of the biggest songs that I've done like have been on the Snowball. Like I got a Rode NT1 a year or two ago, and that's like it's a big upgrade if you think about it from like a sonic thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, like the average listener doesn't even care.
They don't even know.
They don't know
know.
either.
They don't
for
know.
real. And it's like, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of it depends on like the mixing and stuff. Like
Yeah.
my friend Yona, like
You want to mix it?
yeah, bro. He was one of the first people in that group chat I was talking about earlier.
Right.
And like me and him just always got along because he would turn my Blue Yeti thing, which like it's not even a bad mic for real. Like it's
sure.
like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, yeah.
As long as the recording's good at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
and he would mix that stuff and make it sound like a $500 mic, right? And it's like, bro, like it's that relates to with like the people that you know.
Yeah, the connections you have.
For sure.
Because I've realized that you're only like 1 or 2 connections away from getting where you want in life.
Bro,
You know, it's insane.
I was on a call. My friend Jacob and Yona, like our friends in real life, they both live in Portland.
Yeah.
And they were like the first people that like really put me onto everyone kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob was, I don't know if you guys know Rio.
Yeah,
Leva
Rio, yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, he's
Internet Money.
he's like an Internet Money producer, right?
Rio.
And yeah, and he's done like a lot of like the Kid Leroy's new stuff, Tekka, Mosey, like hella people. And recently he did a video. He did like 100 beats in 24 hours.
That's
or something,
crazy. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, he did like a live stream.
Awesome.
And yeah, like my friend Jacob knows him in person because they were friends like before they were famous.
Wow.
And him, Yona, and Jacob, like they'd all
Yeah, I
hang out.
see. They're like starting to collab.
Bro,
Yona
like
and
they're
him.
actually friends, right? And so before any of this stuff, like it was just cool. And a couple, might even be like almost a year ago now, but like Jacob tried FaceTiming him with me like on the call or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like I'm a call away from Internet Money right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Issue is he didn't pick up the phone. But still, like, it's just like, bro, like that, the idea that it's one person away is just insane. Like, I don't know. There's so many people like that it's just like, bro,
Yeah.
like,
I heard that it's like you're 5 or 6 people away from like the person you want to really
For
work
sure.
with. Like, okay, let's think about it. We're working with us right now. Then we go on someone, like we have someone on our podcast, right? They're a little bit bigger. They know like fucking Drake's producer. And then next thing you know Drake, right? Like that's how close it is. Like I was I did this like beat showcase thing.
Yeah,
And it was
I
with
saw
this rapper, 1111, I think is his name. And he like knows Boy Wonder. So I was thinking if I work with 1111 and Boy Wonder hears it, and then I work with Boy Wonder, we work on a song. Next thing you know, you got a guy like Jack Harlow or something on the track.
Yeah.
And it's really like that close.
Well, you did showcase your beat to Pressa too.
Oh yeah, I did.
sick.
Yeah, he liked it. It was cool. Yeah, but it's very cool how like you're only that close,
bro.
You know.
Like, cause even my friend Danny, like his rap name is like Young Divide. He's he like just turned 15, bro, or 15 or 16, but he's very young and like he's been doing music for a while and been like getting streams and stuff. But his whole thing was like his whole image was that like he wouldn't show his face like online, like so nobody knew who he looked like, and a lot of the publicity he got was because people were like, face reveal, like what does he look like, right? And he's been doing it since he was like 13 or something, right? And so it's just like that headline, like 13-year-old underground rapper posts whatever, right? And he got signed to Sony recently.
Wow.
And like I was like a fan of his for real, because like Jacob and Yona put me on, and they knew him. But like I was always a fan, and like I was kind of like acting like a fan too. Like I'd bug him and be like, yo, we should do it. Like, and I could tell like he was getting annoyed. And recently, I think it was maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago, like he's like, yo, do you want to play Fortnite? And I was like, sure. Like, I guess like whatever, right? And we ended up playing, and we were talking, and like we became like genuine friends. Like I tell him like my girl problems and stuff. And he looks up to me as like an older brother type figure, because I'm older than him, and I'm going to school for music, whatever. Yeah. But then I look up to him, even though he's younger than me, like, bro, like this guy got signed to Sony. Like that's crazy. He has a deal, everything. And the reason I brought it up was because you were saying like the connection with Boy Wonder and then Jack Harlow or whatever. Like he got a stylist, right? Because they supply you with like the labels supply you with different stuff like that. And she's like Jack Harlow's stylist. So like the Genius interview that he did with Lil Nas X, like let me show you the thing. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but
we'll put it on the screen.
For sure.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Wait, the makeup designer or the clothing designer?
It's a clothing designer, but
stylist,
she had like she's like directly like she's his guy, right? And
Lil Nas?
Jack Harlow. So this is like this
interview,
right?
Yeah.
This is him wearing the exact same jacket. Like it's
Whoa.
Bro, like this is the one that was worn in that interview. Like it's not like a replica. Like and it's because with the stylist and stuff, like they have like a closet basically, and the woman's like she picks out whatever it is, and then Jack Harlow's wearing it, right? So it's just crazy, bro. Like I told him, I'm like, dude, like Jack follows her, like she's got pictures, like she did his Grammys outfit, like everything, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's like, dude, like I told him, I'm like, what are the odds of you meeting Jack Harlow? Because that's such a direct like
link.
You're styling someone every day, right? Like it's like your mom putting out clothes for you in the morning in elementary school. Like, and it's like, bro, you're so close. Like that's in-person connections, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess I'll meet him one day. But like even him, he's humble as hell. I'm like, bro, like
that's how you gotta be though.
For real. No, like I respect it so much, and I strive to be like that, because if I had those achievements, like it's crazy, bro.
I think when you're starstruck, sometimes it can like ruin whatever you got going. Like there's been some artists that like I've wanted to work with. I'll send them beats and stuff, but like I'm super like needy or like super like pushing it.
That was me with him at the
and
beginning.
It's like like you can tell like maybe they would work with you, but like since you've been like that, like maybe it's like turning them off a little bit. And like you learn that through going through it. Like you gotta play it off. Like, if you're working with someone above you, like especially if you're not like, you know, laterally like on status or whatever, if you're working with someone up here and you're down here and you're acting like they're up here and you're down here, it's just not gonna close the gap. You have to either act like them, you know, you gotta bring that up, you gotta identify as a star.
You have to act like you're doing your own stuff.
Play the part.
You got your own stuff going on. You ain't just like waiting for them to answer.
Like what can you do for them, right? Because they have a lot of stuff going on. Like what makes you worthy to work with them at the same time, right? Like they could work with 1,000 other producers or artists. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? Like maybe you can do artwork. Maybe you can, you know, clothing, or you know what I mean? Like there's different things that you can bring to the table that can like help you. Like for example, you do artwork, right? Like that's probably helped you work with certain people.
Bro, it's so sick, because like literally like I wouldn't say that I'm like a visual artist, because I just do it for fun. Like I guess I am, but it's like I've done I think it was like 2 or 3 of my friends, like they've like paid me to do like album cover things or whatever. And then I did like a lyric video for one of my friends recently that he still hasn't posted yet. But it's like, bro, it's so cool that you're getting acknowledged for that stuff. Because even like, bro, like even like in relationships with like friends and like girls and stuff like that, like I feel like a lot of people who have became friends with me are like all of my girlfriends that I've had. I'm a single Pringle right now, but every girlfriend that I've had, like it's been like a DM, hey, I like your music, and then we start talking, right? And it's like the idea that someone else gives you attention for like art, for example, right? It's like it's such a refreshing thing to hear, because it's like I always hear like, oh, I like your music but nothing else, right? And then it's like, I don't know, you're like, oh, if I didn't have music, like would I be getting this attention? So it's a refreshing thing, like, and I like doing it anyways.
Yeah. And yeah, I remember you made me I remember when I think Uzi dropped the album or something, and he did the one with the like the cartoon face and the girl on his like hair or something. I remember like people were remaking it, and you said like, I'll make those, and I was like, yeah, sure, do one for me, and you did.
I did that one for you and Chris too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you did the, I forget, it was called No Hook, the song. Yeah, you created that. It was really dope.
No Hook, eh?
And what's it called? And yeah, those days, man, when I asked you to come on the podcast, I was remembering like some things we could talk about. You remember like during the quarantine when it like kind of first started, like we were staying up till like 5 a.m. and you were going live every night, and I was on there watching, and we were like talking and stuff. That's when like we first kind of like started talking a lot more. And like, yeah, do you think like during the pandemic too, like you started going a little bit more like hardcore with your music stuff, or like trying to do it more because like maybe you're at home a lot more and stuff like that? Like
those months were so sick. Like that was such a like dope moment. But yeah, I feel like I kind of like strayed away from like the original like style that I was doing or whatever, because I don't know, like I was just more inspired, because like especially when you have that much time alone at home, like it's like, I don't know, you might as well be picking up something. And like even with the art stuff, like what I did for you or whatever, that was like one of the first things I did, and I drew that like on my phone type thing. Like I bought an iPad with an Apple Pencil like last year, like right, like to invest in myself for that, and it stemmed off of stuff like that, right? So it's like even that, bro, like just like I was gonna say earlier, like I did there's like 2 vlogs that I did that aren't posted, but like I did them at school and shit, and it was like your guys like stuff inspired me to do that, because I was like, bro, like these guys are filming what's going on in their day, like why not try that? And, like I directly thought of you guys, and it's like, bro, it's just like bouncing off ideas like that, like
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
so you guys inspired each
other. I mean, you're just in the so would you just be there quarantine every day down in your studio working?
To be honest, like not really. Like at the beginning, no. Like I wanted to go outside a bit more, because that was also like right before the quarantine, like I broke up with my girlfriend. Okay. So it was like a bit tough for that. But like I hung out with like a lot of people in person, and I was outside and stuff. But it gave me more inspiration though, like because of the whole situation with her. When I did come home, like I had more quality to write about. Like it wasn't like I was clocking in every day. Like I just feel like the times that I did, it was more like I had way more to say, you know?
I have it right here.
Show it to the camera.
Yeah, we'll probably put it on the screen, but and you even put the D2 customs on the thing. That was dope. Cool. And you even put the custom Air Force Ones that like I asked you to do, that I actually designed, which was pretty sick.
Thanks,
But you're in the studio like a lot though.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest, no, like you're there late night.
Would you say every day you record?
Well, especially when I was at school, for sure. Right. Up here, the only issue with my basement here is that like the water heater turns on and my basement isn't finished.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I used to record. This is like, I'm so glad that I get to tell people this on this, but I used to record with like, there was like this luggage box like that a luggage bag came in. I used to put it over my head and I'd have my laptop like on my knees, and I would like be sweating. Like it was I was so hot. I was underneath this thing. I had it here. I had my Blue Yeti like in my hands, and I'd like stop and record, and I'd like just to isolate the sound from the water heater. Like that's where like came from the mud, bro. Like, he was, bro. You know, I'm so glad I get to tell people that. But
that's cool,
bro. It's just like I went from that, and then during that quarantine time, we had like this like cabinet thing, and I opened it up and put like a curtain behind me or whatever, just to like somewhat isolate it. It didn't work very well, but it was more comfortable. And then then I'm going to school in like, I'm not paying for it, but like $1 million studio that's just 24 hours I can go. Like
that changes a lot. That's a game changer
for sure, bro.
Yeah, I'll like go to bed, and then the next morning I'll wake up for school, and I'll like see like your stories like 4 a.m. You're in the studio, like
it's crazy,
like,
bro. Because the thing with the time thing is like I can't sleep. Like
you going in there tonight? You
maybe.
But so you like to work in the night, eh?
Always, bro.
I feel like it's better to make music like
it is, bro. It's just like it's cool. Like you got the LEDs on. It's dark. It's like you really get in your especially with like this stuff that I do, it's like
Yeah.
you get in your feels and stuff at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's been times where I've been in bed at like 2, 3 a.m. and then like I get out and I'm
That
like,
inspiration.
yeah, I'm like, I need to do this right now or I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, bro, I've never been like a morning.
Imagine waking
person.
up. You can't even wake up with your voice like, and you can't sing in the morning.
Yeah,
Imagine like
that too. Yo.
I can't imagine
raspy.
that. Like trying to sing in the morning, just
Unless you want the deeper voice, maybe. But
going.
Yeah.
yeah, you're. I don't know how me and you started talking. I think I got a connection through somebody. Like maybe somebody shouted you out, and then I added you.
Probably.
I don't know if I don't know. Do you know Mismo Beats?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
probably
he
why.
might have like.
Nismo.
Yeah, because you
talking-
guys go to the same school or something.
Yeah, we went to
right?
the same school. It was either him or something, but yeah, and then I think because we both were kind of like, you were doing music, and then I was like, yo, like show me music, and then I liked
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
which is cool because I've come across a lot of artists, and like they've shown me their music, which is dope, and then like we've never really like talked after, but like
Right.
like I know like me and you like were one of the first,
Yeah.
like you were like one of the first artists I talked to and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then
Nice.
like yeah, and then I introduced Chris to you. You guys had your song come out, which was pretty good, and yeah, it's cool. Now yeah, we're on a podcast together. Which is
That
pretty
was
dope.
just like that whole time frame was so sick. Like I feel like that was like one of the most creative
Yeah.
times because especially with like we basically the live stream thing we were talking about is like we just do live streams. Like sometimes I'd be making music, sometimes I'd just like
Yeah.
be having fun, whatever. But like that whole we'd have like consistently like 11 or 12 people in there, right?
At like 2 3 in the
Yeah,
morning.
it was late as hell, and I'm like, bro, like, why are they watching this? But it was inspiring, bro. It's just
Yeah.
like, and it was a fun environment. Like that's low key why I started doing the Twitch stuff like every
Yeah.
now and then, because, bro, it's just cool, and you get to see who like actually supports what's going on, and it's just a good time.
So you do Twitch right now? Like you're doing it
I
right
just
now?
started it.
And what do you do on there? You just like live stream
Literally,
while you're making.
Yeah, like I'll have like screen grab of
yeah.
my DAW or whatever, and then I'm just recording. And I didn't want to do it before because like first off, I didn't know how to set up Twitch, but like
Right.
it was easy.
That's
once I
always
searched it
the
up.
part that people don't want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But-
can't set up a podcast.
Yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
you know?
But that's the thing, yo. Like that's the push that like I feel like everyone in this room has that like drive for it. Like some people will start, especially with music and stuff, they'll start stuff and then just give up like once
Yeah.
they don't get results, right?
Yeah.
But for the Twitch thing, yeah, I started it at school because I was bored in my room and like I don't
Pulled
know.
out the laptop
Yeah, I was like, I took a whole day. I searched it up.
during a class.
Yeah, like literally, like I did a whole, like I did like a visualizer for like stream is starting soon or whatever, and I
Oh,
put
okay,
it
yeah.
before. Like,
Cool.
I put effort into it, and I was like, this will be cool, but like my raw voice, like I feel like I can sing, but like I was scared that like when you hear a song, like for people who don't make music, like you know when you
Yeah.
hear raw stuff back, it's way different than the mixed stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the general public that's coming to join it, like
They're
they
gonna be
might
like, what
not.
is this dog shit?
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, like they're like, bro, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I found a way to like do presets and stuff, and there's like minimal auto tune, but the reverb and
Yeah.
stuff is way more professional than what I
Yeah.
had. And yeah, like I just started doing that, and it's a confidence thing, like in the time, like as you're doing it, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if people hear my raw voice, but
I was gonna
still.
say that's like the hardest thing sometimes. Like I'll just even be like recording songs for fun and shit, and like I'll be like in my room and like I know like my parents can hear it, or I know my brother can hear it, and it's just like you can't do it.
I know.
Like you gotta go. Like I have to go in the car sometimes and just record it
Yeah.
if I ever want to record something, you know.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
it's definitely difficult. Like when you have eyes on you, like
Yeah.
even like just making a YouTube video, like hearing yourself talk, like that was one of the hardest parts for me.
Yeah.
Like I had to keep saying things like over and over.
Yeah.
But I think it probably gets better with practice, right?
Yeah,
100%,
for sure.
bro.
Experience and all that. Yeah.
Comes second nature after.
Yeah.
You just gotta put yourself.
Also, I had an idea when we were saying, what if someone did a prank video where they recorded like a song in a lecture, you know?
Oh,
Like
that'd be
put-
funny.
bring
Start
a-
singing,
yeah, we
bring a
should do
mic and
that.
an arm.
start singing. Yeah, pull out the boom arm in the class. Yeah,
That's
we're
a good idea.
approaching like a minute left
Yeah,
here.
let's go to ads.
Another ad break real quick.
What's up? My name's Aidan Skira. I just dropped an album called What Happened, and you can check it out in the link in my bio on Instagram at Aidan Skira.
All right, so we're back.
From the ad break, we are back. And yeah, you were talking about how you have these songs stuck in your head. I think my favorite song that you've done, or like one of my like ones I've listened to the most, was I forget what it's called, but it goes like Yeah, you know that I'm only 16. Yeah,
I knew you were gonna say that.
Which one was it again?
I forgot what it's called for real.
You forgot his own song,
yeah.
bro.
He's got so
when
many.
you have so many songs, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Vibe with me.
Yes,
That's what
Vibe
it's
with
called.
Me, yes.
Bro, I remember you sent me a video of that and
Yeah.
like you were dancing, bro. Because I
was dancing to it. Yeah.
It's in my computer because I like every time someone sends me like a video of them listening to whatever, like it's inspiration, right?
That's
so
dope, yeah.
like it's kind of creepy, low-key, but like I screen record every time, right?
Yeah.
And so I have like a folder on my computer, like if I'm not.
All the people who listen.
Yeah, like if I'm not feeling it, like I'll watch stuff like that. And I saw that video like last week.
Yeah. But yeah, because I remember going on live too and just like listening to music, and then like that'd be in my playlist. So I was like, oh man, like this one was too good because it was inspiring too. Because you were talking about how you're only 16, you're gonna be out here chasing dreams, and I was like 16 at the time too. So like, damn, like
see,
I can relate to it.
It's
Exactly,
going back.
it's all about relation.
Yeah, my favorite one my favorite song is Alone. That's my favorite.
I remember. Yeah, bro, that was super cool because that was the first like music video that I did with like an actual camera. Like my other friend Julian, he filmed that, and we were in Vaughan. Like we just went like in my like area, and I don't know, it's just cool because like it takes it to the next level. Because like the one before that was like on an iPhone or whatever, and it's just like I don't know, it's history, bro. Like that type of stuff. Like I look back on it even now, like that song's only like 2 years old or something, and it's just cool to see like the progression and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite song of yours is In Your Shoes.
Facts.
That hype shit.
Bro, okay.
It's hard.
Basically with the hype stuff, like this
Move away a little bit.
facts. Yeah. The whole this whole summer, like I'm trying to like do like mainly hype stuff. But the only issue with that is like, okay, because like whenever I do hype stuff, it gets it gets more streams usually.
Yeah.
Because it's like such a rare thing, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'd listen to more hype stuff than sad stuff, to be honest. Like it's just like I feel like I've gotten into this like bag where like I know what to do for sad stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because I'm trying to do a bunch of hype things this summer and just like switch up like my whole thing. And like you were saying earlier, like maybe do like an album or something like that. Like I might do an EP because I have like 2 or 3 songs that I'm trying to do. But I feel like I'm going to get like a lot of features if I can on it, because like it's still a bit out of my comfort zone. And if I get people who are like really, really good at that,
it lifts you up a little bit.
yeah, it's like then they can showcase their
I think
stuff
you could hold your own, honestly, on a song, like a full, like you don't even need the features, I wouldn't say. You got the rapping and you got the singing, and I feel like that's like a huge part of it. And I also think like something that you bring to the table is that like you could do the hype stuff with the potent lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, okay, that's the reason why I don't have like that many hype songs. It's because like lyrically, like my whole like motto like since the beginning was kind of like talk about stuff that's actually happening, like versus like I'm gonna pull up in the Lambo. Like I don't have a Lambo, bro. Like and it like when you have that stuff, cool, whatever, but I don't know, I feel like that's kind of like a mimicking thing, you know? But I don't know, I feel like I have like maybe 3 songs that I would post right now that are like hype that are unreleased, and all of them talk about like real stuff. Like I have like one song and it's talking about like how I bought a car or whatever, because I bought a car. Like it's not a nice car, but I can say that, right? Like you unlock different things. Like I was watching a Post Malone interview.
I know this one. Yeah,
bro, he was talking about his watches or something, and he was like, I bought $1 million watch, like just so I could say it in my songs, because like he's like, then it gets people talking and stuff, and then you get.
Oh, okay. I think I watched a different one. Facts, no, but I don't know why I said like I watched whatever you did. Like I had some sort of telepathic ability.
Maybe
that, like no, but I was talking. Okay, one post he said that like if you don't have the stuff, rap about like how you're gonna get it.
Facts. Speak it into existence to some extent, because that's the thing, yo. Like I'm cool. I feel like I've had a few like even in Your Shoes. I think I say something like that about some sort of car, but it's like. It's just alluding to getting to that point, you know? And like sometimes it's cool to slip in certain things, whatever, but you just got to make sure that you're sticking to like yourself still. Like I would feel wrong talking about like racks and stuff that I don't have, you know? Like,
but I definitely think like if you find a way to make the lyrics like strong like you have on your other songs. And like I think like you did it well on like In Your Shoes and a couple of your other tracks. Like an album like that, you know, I think would really like kind of blow you up a little bit. Yo, thank you so much for this
Yeah.
charger. But yeah, I could definitely hear that, and that would be in rotation. Have
Yeah. Because nobody wants to play like really sad like acoustic songs without drums like with their friends, like with your boys
Yeah.
in the car. Like, but I don't know. I feel like it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just an energy thing, and like anyone can play it, and even if the beat's like just sick, like then
yeah. Sometimes
forced to-
production carries,
for sure.
but I think like when you have a nice mix of like production and a really good artist,
Mhm.
then you have like you got a winning recipe. There,
Yeah.
you know, like I got a question.
Mm.
Where do you like see yourself in like 5 to 10 years? Like where do you see Aidan Skira landing? Like where do you see it?
To be honest, like before I was like, I just want to be like huge, whatever. Like I want to be like Drake level, whatever. But I feel there's an artist named Anders, and he's like a Toronto artist. He's kind of like in the same lane as Dom Vallie, but he's been doing music longer.
Yeah.
And he's from here, and he like makes money off of music and stuff, which like I'm not in it for the money, but you do need
Yeah.
to support yourself,
Yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
But he makes money off of it, and he branches out, and he still has a regular life. Like it's not like people are bombarding him with stuff.
sure,
So
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like that level, like even Dom's level, like I just want to do it in like different sectors, you know, like and build up to that.
Yeah.
Like, and wherever it caps off, like I'm fine with that. But as long as I get to that level where people are talking about me, like in some way or another, like that, like
Okay, so you just want to be relevant, you'd say.
yeah,
Okay.
like, and I just want people to like actually listen to what I'm saying, like
Okay,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to be like crazy famous, like
Yeah.
Justin Bieber level.
Yeah, because there's a lot that comes with that. There's a lot of
Yeah.
negativity and like people hating and shit.
If it happens, it happens. But like
Yeah.
that used to be my whole dream as a kid. I
Right,
was like,
right.
I want to be that
Of
big.
course, yeah.
But I don't know.
But yeah, it's cool. Everyone has a different kind of goal in this stuff. Some people do it for the money. Some people do it for the fame.
Yeah.
Some people do it for like attention and love and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like Gianluca, why do you make films? Like I never asked you. Like
You never asked me.
I don't think I ever
Oh
asked. you.
no, is this my podcast
Is-
now?
I'm
Go
just
for it. I'm
asking, dude.
interested.
It's
No,
all
no,
for having a
the
conversation.
yeah, of course. For me, it's just literally, I don't know, it's all I've ever known and wanted to do
Yeah.
is to make films and tell stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really why I do it.
Mhm.
And I mean, of course, I had the same dreams, like, of being the biggest film director ever,
Mhm.
right? And I don't know if, to some extent if that has changed. I still would like to get to some level of where my films can be seen by many, right? And I want to get to a point where I can just make a living off of making that art, and I don't have to do anything else. But of course, it's a hard journey, and it takes some time to get there. But yeah, that's why I do it. Like it's just literally the only thing I know to do is to create films, and like that's all I've wanted to do ever.
Because it becomes second nature. Like I think you were saying that earlier. Like literally, like if you're, especially like you, I'm assuming you've been doing it since you're like
Well,
young.
yeah,
right?
since like 14.
Yeah, exactly.
around
Like
there.
it's just like when you grow up with that stuff, like you said, like it's all you know, bro. And it's
Yeah.
like you have such a love for it, and then when you keep on practicing, it's just like it gets more and more realistic that it could work out.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like you can't stop that, bro. Like I feel like some people, like especially in like 2016, like 2017, like when the SoundCloud like Uzi and stuff like came out, whatever. Some people started on SoundCloud, but they'd be like Lil something, and then they'd be there like they drop like 2 or 3 songs, and then they'd completely stop. And
What do you
it's
think
like-
about the whole little?
Bro, I feel like
How come you're not Lil Skira?
I know for real. Yeah. I thought about changing like my name or something, but then like everyone just always called me that, and I was like, okay, it is my name, but like
yeah.
everyone called me that since the beginning, and they're like, bro, like don't change it, because if people search up your name and you're not there, like
Yeah.
What were you gonna change it to?
I don't know, not a little something
No,
though. But
no.
I didn't have any like good enough things to even think about. Like,
Did
I
you
was
ever
like,
have like any other names?
No,
It's just always been Aidan Skira.
always.
That's
bro.
solid, dude. I like that. That's clean.
It's
You
clean.
know, because it's like
good.
it's just me, bro. Like even like
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're making yourself like a brand, your name.
Yeah.
Because Aidan Skira doesn't only have to be music. You got to think
Yeah.
like one day maybe you get into other things, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I think that's a huge thing is that like artists, like especially the real artists, they don't want to be put in a box.
Yeah.
You know, I think like using your real name is a way to not be put in a box.
Yeah.
Because if you're like Lil Skira, then okay, all you are is a Lil rapper. You're
Yeah.
just a rapper,
Yeah.
SoundCloud
And you're a rapper,
rapper.
yeah.
And now you've been put in that box, right? But now if you're Aidan Skira, you could get into design. You can get into
Yeah.
like you could be a chef or something. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So like it doesn't like
Mogul.
You know, you could be
Yeah.
a mogul. Most importantly, you can be a mogul.
There you
Like,
go.
you know? But I really appreciate people who do like multiple things. Some sort of like bang in the
What was
basement.
that?
Who knows what that was? But yeah, anyways, dude, like I appreciate that you do like the artwork and you
Yeah.
also do the music. Like, is there any other like avenues you've been like curious and like wanting to like delve into?
I think like mainly like the YouTube, Twitch stuff. Like and like I was saying, like you guys low-key inspired that because I used to do that when I was like really young, but I never took it seriously because I'm like, I don't know, like it's just fun for me. But I feel like if I am serious about it, like it could be cool, you know?
I think that would be cool. It'd
Yeah.
be cool to like, you can even post like past Twitch streams on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like things like that. Or like
Yeah.
even like
You could even clip them.
document.
Thought about that,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yo,
It's
dude,
all
do
the
that.
stuff.
You gotta clip like the
You should
most,
clip
like the
those too,
sickest
yeah,
parts.
that'd
You're
be
like
cool.
belting out something, or like you're saying something really cool,
Yeah.
and then you just clip that and you say like, "Oh, do you guys relate to this or some shit?"
Yeah.
You never know. Like you could
Bro,
fucking
it's
pop
hard.
off,
It's
dude.
like, I don't know, that whole like frontier like has been like untapped for me, and it's like even with like Rio, like that producer we were talking about earlier, like
yeah.
all of Internet Money, like some of the producers and artists, they have like vlog channels and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the only issue is like I started doing it like a month ago or two.
Yeah.
And I've been in the school for time, and it was
Yeah.
like I was in big studios, right? So it
Oh,
looks better like when
Yeah,
I'm filming
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But like I was just doing it on my phone and stuff. And the last 2 sessions I had before I left the school, I was like, why not? Like, let
Yeah.
me try this. And then, yeah, I just kind of wish that I did it the whole year.
Yeah.
you know?
It'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Well, you're there next year though. Right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Next year, the whole year, I'm gonna be going
Buckle
crazy.
down,
That'd be
dude.
cool.
We'd love
you
to
can
see
even
that.
like put it all together like as one big thing.
Yeah.
I'd
You know,
love
if
to
you're
see some
working
Aidan
on an
Skira
album or
vlogs,
something.
like in
Bro.
the stew, like you recording,
Yeah.
get one of
Yeah.
your boys to record that shit.
That's what I'm
No,
saying,
dude. That's
bro.
fire.
Because what inspired that too is like one of my friends, he worked on the Long Gone video too. Like he came with us, and he was what's it called? He made like a behind the scenes video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And bro, that was so cool to me.
Is that out?
Yeah, it
Check
came
that
out.
out. Oh, we did?
A
don't
few
know.
weeks after.
Well, I watched
Oh,
it.
you watched
Yeah,
it.
bro, that like I was showing people that more than the music video for real. Like
Yeah.
I was putting people on. I'm like, look how sick this is. Like,
Right. Right.
because it's the work that
a
goes
process.
into it,
Yes.
and then people appreciate it more, right? It's like versus the final product, they're like, oh, he just went downtown and filmed the video, but it's like you didn't see the little funny moments that happened or stuff like that, right? Like,
That's the thing about TikTok and YouTube. Like you can post that, the documentations of it, right? Everyone likes to see that, how things are made.
yeah,
You know, it's
I think the
interesting to a lot of people,
documentation-
especially not in the world
yeah.
Yeah.
of what you're
You
doing.
never know. You might have a documentary.
Facts,
One day.
bro. Okay,
You might pull a Kanye.
the Kanye
Aidan
thing.
Skira documentary
Bro,
on Netflix.
the Kanye thing, like that was one of the main reasons I
Yeah.
did that too.
Yeah.
Because
So
I was
many
like,
people were influenced by that.
I was like, he just has people filming him for real. Like that's
Yeah.
sick.
And then Kanye.
Yeah, yeah, bro. The way that he talked to that thing is crazy. But yeah, bro, I'm trying to do that. Like,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, getting people to like, fit. Like, I would use like clips from this even, bro. Like,
Right.
you know, like
yeah.
just getting, like, even a couple weeks ago, I asked the other Julian who filmed the Alone video. I was like, do you have any like behind the scenes of it, like any clips? The issue is, if you're a director watching this, don't delete like your like the candid stuff and don't delete anything, bro. Like, cause I did the music video for Perfect with Roy.
Yeah.
He deleted every single clip except for what was in the video. So I have no behind the scenes of that except for like me snapping that I'm there, right?
Yeah.
And then he did the same thing for Long Gone. Like he cleared his whole hard drive. And I wanted to edit nobody knows this, but I wanted to edit the Long Gone video like and do like an alternate version with like animations and stuff
Right,
over
that'd
it.
be
Like
cool, yeah.
I thought it would be so sick. And there's one part where I was like, the lines like I feel like Midas in reverse, everything I touch just makes it worse or something. And I go like, everything I touch just makes it worse.
Right.
And it's like a wide angle shot, right? And there's hella space around me.
Yeah.
And I was gonna put like
that'd
me
be-
touching something and then like some animated
dope.
something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But all those clips are gone. So
Yeah, no, hard drives, get multiple.
Next
back-
music
keep
vid,
'em.
bro.
I think I have
Or you
everything.
can still do it,
for sure.
or
bro.
could you not?
I mean, it's difficult to cut it because like
Yeah.
It's already all colored.
it's
and
synced and
everything.
stuff too. Yeah. But I don't know.
So what's that process like then? I mean, you've only done like, is that like your first kind of big video with like someone else, like as directing, like someone who actually does that?
Yeah, I feel like the first one for that, like, because I've done 2 with Roy. The perfect video, low-key, like that's my favorite video, kind
Right.
of, because I had like a girl actor in it, and like it's one of my friends. I hung out with her last week, but
right.
we yeah, it told like a bit more of a storyline, and like I like the downtown Toronto like look and
So
stuff.
do you guys know each other then? Like, did you know like?
Me and the director.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know who put me onto him. I think my friend Helen put me onto him because he lives in Newmarket, and
From like, but like, do you know him like for a couple of years, or like was it just
No,
like
this
someone
was-
you just reached out to him?
yeah, it was
Okay.
just like a one-off thing.
And like, what's that process like then when you guys are coming up with the video? Like, how much input did you put in
the first
for like
one,
the whole ideas? Does he have any? And like, what's that collaboration like?
basically the first one was a lot. What's it called? Like the first one was a lot more like my ideas,
Right.
and like I wanted a storyline type thing. But basically, there's 4 of us. Or it's him and his friend, and they come and they kind of like bounce ideas off
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
And it was very like point and shoot, like
Yeah,
do whatever rolls
yeah.
with it. Like we didn't have too much of an idea. But for Long Gone, like it was even less of an idea. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, here are some cool locations, let's do it. Which personally, like I would have rather had like a storyline.
Okay.
But a lot of it, because that song is like,
I think it depends on from song to song.
yeah.
Like I've done some where it's just like, okay, let's just shoot this kind of thing, and like you have somewhat of an idea. But then I've done some videos that have like a whole plan and like working with the artist, and they have like this whole idea, right? And then I take that and then I add a little bit to it. Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't even work out as good either.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ones that are on the fly come out a little bit better.
yo. And you get like candid moments and stuff sometimes
Yeah.
too, like depending on the mood of the song.
Yeah.
But the only issue with the Long Gone video is that first I was freezing outside. Like it was like
It looked
winter.
cold, yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
it
man.
was so bad. Like, but I think I invited 6 girls, like
Right.
6 different girls as actors, because the song is about like my actual friend who like got like caught up in like drugs and stuff, and we
Okay.
fell out, and it's like it's a very deep song, and I felt like if we had a video without a female like thing in it, and that's kind of why I wanted to animate too, because I was
Yeah.
gonna do like a girl in it or something, but I felt like it kind of lost like the meaning of the song, which
Right,
I
right.
love the video, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I was just like, for next time, like I want to make sure that I plan that and whatever, because I asked 6 girls because I just needed 1 girl and I knew that they'd flop, and all of them did flop. But like some of them I can't blame them, but yeah,
Right.
like
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's cool to hear the meaning behind that song, though.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I had
that.
no
That's pretty
idea.
cool.
Bro, if you listen to it again, you'll
Now,
like
this is-
now with that knowledge, bro.
Bro, I think people need to hear that.
Yeah,
Like, but also at the same time, there's a balance between giving away the meaning and the hidden
Facts.
Yeah.
shit.
because then you can
right?
interpret it different.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everyone
It
will
could mean
find their own
something like
meaning.
different to anyone. Like
Yeah.
for me, like maybe when I was listening to it, like Long Gone, like I'm thinking like, you know, he was with a girl, she's long gone, you know,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that it had something to do with like maybe a friend being long
Facts.
gone. Right?
Yeah.
I honestly think that's really cool
Yeah.
to know. Like that's dope. That's
Yeah.
that's really cool when people have like those secret subliminal messages. in
Maybe
their
I'll
music.
keep them secret now, because that's kind of, I like that idea. That's kind of
Well,
cool.
it is good
Yeah.
because like it's not. You don't need to tell people that. That's
Exactly.
where you're coming from to write it,
Yeah,
and you're putting it out to give someone that same feeling
yeah,
or whatever, right? That same feeling, something to listen to, and they're gonna take it their own way. It doesn't have because then once you put that idea, like you know, who knows? Maybe they're just gonna think about it that way the whole time.
It's a lot.
It
It's
is
a
cool
lot of
to,
the,
like, know a little
the
bit.
Weeknd's music is like that.
Yeah.
The weekend, like after hours, like it could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, and there's all theories online.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about this girl here, you know.
And like as a kid,
Exactly.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Like
Yeah,
the
you
I
didn't
always
think
thought
it
he
was
just meant
drugs.
like maybe he was nervous
Yeah.
and like, oh, he's just like, you know, you get like butterflies and stuff.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
gets blushing.
Right, it's really about doing cocaine.
It's about that.
Yeah. We're reaching a 6-minute point here. I don't know, like, what do we think?
What's your favorite song that you've made ever?
Oh, yeah. What is your
If you have one.
or unreleased? Maybe is there?
I don't know, low key, it might be unreleased.
Ooh.
Maybe we need a premiere here, like a
For
snippet.
real, yeah. I could give you a snippet. Like, could you put it in?
Yeah,
for the thing
we'll
or
put it
whatever?
in. Yeah,
Should I like play it?
just play it right now,
Play it
and then
right
we'll
now.
take the audio out.
Otherwise,
We'll
we have no
sync it up.
reactions. Like, okay, play.
Yeah, yo, I'd love to hear the
Let's hear a little
snippet. This is
snippet.
a world premiere.
World premiere.
This is hype, dude. I'm hyped for this shit.
We'll end it off with this little premiere,
Facts.
and
You want to do another one? We can do another one.
He's gotta leave by
Oh, he's gotta leave. Yeah. Okay.
True.
True. But yeah. This is a good way to end it off.
yeah.
Why should you guys not like it?
I would be like, that sucks. Go home.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, that song with Alexander had a good dynamic. Between
You guys have any
both
more
you.
together? You and Alex?
Not right now, actually.
Yo,
Low key,
you and
Yeah,
him
what's
together.
upcoming? Got anything upcoming?
with Alexander.
No, just in general.
In general, not as many features as I used to do. Like I kind of want to do more features, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been kind of sinking into my own stuff more.
Right.
But my bad. This is so bad that I can't find this.
No,
John,
it's
you
all
gotta
good,
do
it's
one
all
of his
good.
videos,
You got
man.
50,000 songs on there, I'm sure.
Facts, bro.
Oh yeah. How
Do
much?
you guys want to see? Like, I'll show you. All
Oh,
of these
man.
are unreleased.
Holy shit.
All of these, and then in here there's
Those files,
sub
No, yeah,
genres
there's
of
more.
Oh my god, man.
unreleased. This is unreleased.
Man,
too.
see, this is the behind the scenes right here. You guys
Yeah,
get maybe
bro.
a couple songs a year, but really,
Nobody.
It's
sees it.
it's the tip of the iceberg, man.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. Like nobody sees.
you
it.
can't find it. It's all good. Maybe you can just
Yeah.
send it to us and we'll put it as an ad
For
break
sure,
or something.
yeah.
We'll see. But
Yeah, I can't find it, bro. I'm
It's all
sorry.
good. It's all good. It's all good.
Do you have anything you want to show us? Like a little, like, it doesn't have to be that song.
True.
I think I just want to hear something, dude. Something that people haven't heard.
I'll show you
already.
some hype.
Yeah, something hype, dude. Something
I'll show you
hype.
something hype
Something that gets people going.
for sure.
Right.
Provocative shit.
Right.
I have this one song that I'm trying to get my friend on it.
Oh shit,
that beat already
dude.
sounds good.
I don't know if this is the right mix.
Yo, it sounds like the right mix.
Yeah,
This beat's very dope.
for real. I recorded this time ago, but see, that's like talking about like the
That's dope. Ooh, that switch.
Right.
This is
Fucking
hard.
this one's a bit less lyrical, but like it's that vibe, you know.
Yeah.
This shit will be in rotation, like if you drop it,
bro,
like
like-
fucking hard, bro.
The beat's crazy too, bro. Like, I had no
Yeah.
part in that, but
It's got the
beat's insane.
who produced it?
YouTube. It's a YouTube.
Oh, it's
beat.
YouTube.
Yeah, my computer died.
Okay, so we didn't have to hear
We
the whole-
gotta cut it
I
at
know,
that.
I know what you like now, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make something
But
just like that.
that is a dope song though. Like,
Yeah, that was nice.
yeah, if you start releasing stuff like that, I think a lot of people would probably like it. Like, I like listening to
It's
hype music
energy
like that.
vibes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to be honest.
Makes you
Like,
feel like you
That's
just
why.
bump to like it's
Yeah,
once
the
it makes you,
808s
like,
were thumping,
like,
and it had that
excited.
nice vocal thing, and then your
Yeah, yeah.
delivery's like
The
Yeah.
switch of the
hype.
beat, the flow there when you're doing a little bit more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dope.
and then you went sick stuff.
Honestly, dude, like release a single every week, man.
Facts.
You look like
In
you
the
got
summer,
a fuck ton.
Yeah.
bro, I
You
have
know
too
Russ,
many.
right? Like,
Yeah, bro. Literally
Yeah.
consistency with that.
All
Just
right.
getting back on it.
We're reaching a 2-minute point here. Aidan's gotta probably head out soon, but
Let's get a dip.
man, this was a great podcast.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you guys having me.
Again,
Thank you
Sick.
for
great
coming on.
first experience.
Facts.
You did a great job. Great little stories you were telling, all this stuff, how you do your work. I'm sure if there's artists out there watching, you could probably learn something from Aidan. He's a great
for
influence.
sure.
He's done a lot, man, for the past 3-4 years, whatever. And I've been watching him grow as a artist, and it's
Yeah.
been pretty dope, man. He's been getting a lot better and better. And I mean, you just heard it right there. Like, that to me just sounds like a song that'd be like on Lyrical Lemonade produced or something, right? So
yeah, that's honestly super dope, dude. And I'm excited to where like things will take, like will go for
sure,
you. And
bro.
I think the sky's the limit. this guy is like super underrated, and hopefully this podcast sheds some like light on him.
Yeah.
Unmasked.
Keep tuning
That's
into the
why we're on.
podcast anyways, bro. The podcast
yeah,
numbers
yeah.
are going up.
For sure. But like, you know, honestly, it's not possible without like talented guys like you.
Exactly.
So yeah, like thank you for coming on, and if you ever want to come on again, the
Yeah,
welcome.
for sure,
Like
man.
the invite's
Yeah.
always open.
We will be putting his stuff in the description, his Instagram, everything, his music. Make sure to go check it out,
Stream
guys.
that,
Please
stream that.
Very-
And do you
He's,
want to plug anything?
or let people know about
Just
something.
my Instagram, to be honest. Like everything that you need will be in my Instagram bio.
Check that out.
Alright.
Check out his new album.
Check out the album.
There you
New
go.
songs
Yeah.
coming this summer, man. Be ready. I'm
Facts.
excited. We're all excited.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so like and subscribe to this channel as well.
Download us
Well,
on
on
Spotify.
Spotify,
Yes,
everywhere.
sir.
Check out the TikTok. And thank you guys for tuning in to
The
another
Unmastered
episode.
Bastards.
Yeah. Thank you, Unmastered Bastards.
And we will
yeah.
probably see you guys next week. All right.
Wait.